right. Looks like video is live. Let me know if you're out there, if you can see and hear me. While I adjust a wire. All right, I'm going to jump in and we'll see if you're out there. I'm going to start with some Beatles. I should have known better with a girl like you, that I would love everything that you do, and I do, hey, and I do. Could only happen to me. Can't you see that when I tell you that I love you, oh, you're gonna say you love me too. Ah, and when I ask you to be mine, you're gonna say you love me too. So I should have realized a lot of things before. If this is love, you gotta give me more. Give me more. Hey, give me more. I never realized what a kiss could be. Oh, this could only happen to me. Can't you see that when I tell you that I love you, oh, you're gonna say you love me too. Ah, and when I ask you to be mine, you're gonna say you love me too. You love me too. You love me too. You love me too. All right, bear with me a second. When I don't stream as often as I did during the height of the pandemic, got to make sure all the technical stuff is working right. All right, as far as I can tell, video and audio are going through okay, but I'm not seeing anything in the chat. So that could just be because people are being quiet, or it could be a little restream issue. So if you ask questions, I apologize that I don't respond to them. I will let you know if anything does show up in the chat. And I'm gonna go on to a original song here off of the latest album, Cylinder Becomes Unicorn. This is Don't You Touch Mama's Sewing Shears. When it's time for cutting, there's so many shears about, it might seem hard to choose. Grab any pair, they'll do the job, I have no doubt. There's just one thing you cannot do. Don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch Mama's sewing shears. Don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch Mama's sewing shears. Have you seen the pair lying in the kitchen drawer? They'll cut through solid bone. And just last week we got some safety scissors from the store, but you better leave Mama's sewing shears alone. Don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch Mama's sewing shears. Don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, please don't touch, don't you touch Mama's sewing shears. If you've got some hairs to trim, check neath the bathroom sink. For pruning, look inside the shed. There's ones that slice and snip and pare, and even ones that pink. But grab those orange-handled shears, you're dead. Don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch Mama's sewing shears. Don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, just don't touch, don't you touch Mama's sewing shears. Now Mama's prized possessions aren't what you'd guess. She's got no chest of furs and jewels, but that don't mean she cares about them any less. She keeps a watchful eye on all her tools. Don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch Mama's sewing shears. Don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch Mama's sewing shears. Don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch Mama's sewing shears. Don't you touch, don't you touch, don't you touch, just don't touch, don't you touch Mama's sewing shears. All right, I see a message from Facebook. Hi, Donna. Happy Mother's Day. This next one is from Peter, Paul, and Mary. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. Standing here outside your door, I hate to wake you up to say goodbye. But the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome, I could cry. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down, so many times I've played around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing for you. When I come back, I'll wear your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you one more time. Let me kiss you, then close your eyes. I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone, about the times I won't have to say. Just kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Leaving on a jet plane. Leaving on a jet plane. All right, we're going to be going back and forth here between originals and covers. This next one is an original called House Rules. Might be because the game is old. Playtesting wasn't quite the same back then. I reread the instructions and we made some deductions, but it's still not clear. Now we're faced with a choice. I can't find the answer on BGG. We can stop barely halfway, but I've taken a survey and I think it's time for house rules. They're just tools to enhance our enjoyment of the game. Let's be plain, I don't care what you say, you're in my house now. Might be because the game is flawed. One player always ends up snowballing. There's no catch-up mechanic, now her lead is gigantic, but we can't just quit. We've still got about 2 hours to play. We all sit here wondering, what's the point? Games don't have to be equable, but this one's inflexible. I think it's time for house rules. They're just tools to enhance our enjoyment of the game. Let's be plain, I don't care what you say, you're in my house now. Might be because we got bored. It's definitely because we got bored. Well, they won't last forever. Gosh, we all feel so clever laying down the laws. We won't alter theming her story. We'll just tweak a few things here and there. It's not based on ambitions. We won't change end conditions, but I think it's time for house rules. They're just tools to enhance our enjoyment of the game. Let's be plain, I don't care what you say, you're in my house now. What if we had wild cards and get rid of free discards? We could put an empty space right there, it's not out of place. Change the currency a bit, force the bonus to be split. One re-roll, drop that goal. We've got full control with house rules. They're just tools enjoyment of the game. Let's be plain, I don't care what you say. It's house rules, they're just tools to enhance our enjoyment of the game. Let's be plain, I don't care what you say. You're in my house now. All right, so this next one I'm doing because my mom usually requests it, and I'm not really doing songs about moms today, but I'm trying to include some of my mom's favorites. I was brushing this up over the weekend because it's been a while since I've played it. I heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. Saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to a kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You say I took the name in vain, but I don't even know the name. And if I did, well, really, what's it to you? A place of light in every word. It doesn't matter which you heard, the holy or the broken. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hey, Kelly. Good to see you. Be seeing you in person, I assume, at Origins next month. Craziness. This is one of the disadvantages when I have my hair down for a show and I take a deep breath and then I just sort of inhale it. I'm going to swap over to a new instrument for me. This is the very first time I have performed anything publicly on mandolin, so you're either in for a treat or not. We'll see how it goes. All right, this is the mandolin. She doesn't have a name yet. I think it's a she. I guess I haven't spent quite enough time with her. And here we go. In Dublin's fair city, where girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes, sweet Molly Malone. She wheeled a wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger and sure was to wonder, for so were her father and mother before. And they wheeled their wheelbarrows through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels her barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Right, sound is coming through pretty good. This is one of the few instruments that I have purchased that does not have an electric line out, so I have this little stick-on pickup, which works pretty well, but I haven't used it in quite a long time, so I'm just kind of testing out the amount of sound. All right, I think you'll know this next one. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? Yes, and how many seas must a white dove sail before she can sleep in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times can a man look up before he can see the sky? Yes, and how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea? Yes, and how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can turn his head, pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Hey, John, thank you. I feel you on that, Kelly. I have small fingers, which is helpful, but not small enough when you're doing like two fingers right next to each other at the same fret, because it's just like you're just cramping them in there real tight. But it's a start. I got a couple of keys that I can work in and reasonably switch between chords. So let's do one more on mandolin before I go back to guitar. This is another one from Peter, Paul, and Mary. If you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Lord, I'm one, Lord, I'm two, Lord, I'm three, Lord, I'm four, Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home. 500 miles, 500 miles, 500 miles, 500 miles. Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home. Not a shirt on my back, not a penny to my name. Lord, I can't go home this away. This away, this away, this away, this away. Lord, I can't go home this away. If you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Hey, Carl, welcome. You caught the tail end of my very first public performance on mandolin. I'm going to swap back over to guitar now. So I'd like to learn like 2 more songs on mandolin before I start bringing it to senior facilities to play. And I seem to be going very like classic folk on the mandolin. All right, what do we got coming here? How about some Everly Brothers? I hope you'll be... Turn the harmonies off. I hope you'll be singing along at home to this next one. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. We've both been sound asleep. Wake up, little Susie, and weep. The movie's over, it's 4 o'clock, and we're in trouble deep. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. Well, what are we gonna tell your mama? What are we gonna tell your pa? What are we gonna tell our friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. Well, I told your mama that we'd be in by 10. And now, Susie, baby, looks like we goofed again. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. We gotta go home. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. The movie wasn't so hot. It didn't have much of a plot. We fell asleep, our goose is cooked, our reputation is shot. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. Well, what are we gonna tell your mama? What are we gonna tell your pa? What are we gonna tell our friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up, little Susie. Wake up, little Susie. Okay. So for those of you in various areas, I will be performing live at Origins in Columbus, Ohio next month. Always a highlight for me. It's one of the conventions that I really like to participate in as much as possible in addition to performing, because it's just all about board games. So I go and I perform for a few hours each day, and then my husband and I head over to the game library and try out a bunch of new games. And it's a lot of fun, and it's completely exhausting. But I look forward to it anyway. And then in July, I will be at Confluence for the first time, so I'm looking forward to that. And at some point coming up soon, maybe August, maybe September, I will be doing a house concert here in upstate New York. So keep an eye out for that if you're in the area and would like to attend. All right, let's go back to the originals here. This is about one of my favorite characters from Game of Thrones, Miss Arya Stark. For a life, a debt that must be paid. The stranger claims his due. A life for a life, a choice that must be made. The time is right for you. Not today, not today. I won't kneel, I won't pray, I won't learn the name of death today. Not today, not today. I will hunt, I will slay, and you'll take my place with death today. No care for honor, he stole away my father. He whispered at my ear. Whetted by the slaughter, he came then for my mother and thought to make me fear. Not today, not today. I won't kneel, I won't pray, I won't learn the name of death today. Not today, not today. I will hunt, I will slay, and you'll take my place with death today. A new face I will bind, though the enemy is blind, to keep my name from chance. Trials, loss, and time, my assassin skills refined, I step up to the dance. Not today, not today. I won't kneel, I won't pray, I won't learn the name of death today. Not today, not today. I will hunt, I will slay, and you'll take my place with death today. And you'll take my place with death today. This next one is a song that my mom used to read to us. I can picture the storybook with the dark blue cover on it. When we were younger, this is The Fox Went Out on a Chilly Night. Oh, the fox went out on a chilly night, prayed for the moon to give him light, for he'd many a mile to go that night, for he reached the town, oh, town, oh, town, oh, for he'd many a mile to go that night, before he reached the town. He ran till he came to the farmer's bin. Ducks and the geese were kept therein. He said, a couple of you are gonna grease my chin, for I leave this town, oh, town, oh, town, oh. He said, a couple of you are gonna grease my chin, before I leave this town. He grabbed the gray goose by the neck, slung a duck across his back, and he didn't mind that quack, quack, quack of the legs all dangling down, oh, down, oh, down, oh, no, he didn't mind that quack, quack, quack of the legs all dangling down. Old Mother Pitter-Patter jumped out of bed. Out of the window she bobbed her head and cried, John, John, the gray goose is gone and the fox is on this town, oh, town, oh, town, oh. And cried, John, John, the gray goose is gone and the fox is on this town. Johnny ran to the top of the hill, blew his horn both loud and shrill, and the fox, he said, I better flee with my kill, he'll soon be on my trail, oh, trail, oh, trail, oh. And the fox, he said, I better flee with my kill, for he'll soon be on my trail. He ran till he came to his cozy den. There were the little ones, 8, 9, 10, saying, Daddy, Daddy, go back again, for it must be a mighty fine town, oh, town, oh, town, oh. Crying, Daddy, Daddy, go back again, for it must be a mighty fine town. The fox and his wife, without any strife, cut up the great goose with a fork and knife. Never had such a supper in their life. Little ones chewed on the bones, oh, bones, oh, bones, oh. And they never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones. Hey, Uncle Jimmy. Yeah, actually, the pedal that I'm using has a looper. I have a couple of original songs that use it that I'm not planning to do today, but what the heck? I was trying to figure out what my next to last song was going to be, so I'm going to go ahead and use the looper for The Lion Sleeps Tonight. In the the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. We mow it, oh 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 we mow it, we mow it, oh 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 we mow it, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. Near the village, the quiet village, the lion sleeps tonight. We mow it, oh 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 we mow it, we mow it, oh 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 we mow it. Darling, don't fear, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight. Hush, my darling, don't fear, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight. We mow it, oh 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 we mow it, we mow it, oh 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 we mow it. Oh, we mow it, oh 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 we mow it, we mow it, oh 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 we mow it, we mow it, oh 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 we mow it. I like the emojis, Kelly. Thank you. So that's, a little taste of the looper. Nothing major, but it's fun. There's a couple other songs that I like to use that on, like Donna Donna, the Prima Donna. But I'm going to do one more for you all today. I hope whatever you're doing, that you are enjoying a lovely day and a nice rest of your weekend. We're going to wrap up today with me and Bobby McGee. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained, rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers slapping timers, holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that driver knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing, none of it ain't free. And feeling good was easy, Lord, when he sang the blues. You know, feeling good was good enough for me. Oh, good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. From the Kentucky coal mines to the California sun, yeah, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Through all kinds of weather, through everything we'd done, yeah, Bobby, baby, kept me from the cold. One day up near Salinas, Lord, I let him slip away. looking for that home, and I hope he finds it. Well, I'd trade all of my tomorrows for one single yesterday, to be holding Bobby's body next to mine. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing, that's all that Bobby left me. And feeling good was easy, Lord, when he sang the blues. You know, feeling good was good enough for me. No, good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. La-di-da, la-di-da-da, la-di-da-da-da-da-da, la-di-da-da-da-da, Bobby McGee. Oh. La-di-da-da-da-da, la-di-da-da-da, la-di-da-da-da-da, Bobby McGee. Oh. La-di-da, la-da-na-na-na-na-no, na-na-na-na-na-na-na-no. Hey, the Bobby, now the Bobby McGee, Lord. Na-na-na-na-na-na-no, na-na-na-na-na-na-no. Hey, 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 Bobby McGee, Lord. Well, he calls him my lover, calls him my man, calls him my lover, they're the best that I can now. No more Bobby now, no more Bobby McGee, Lord. Na-na-na-na-na-na-no, na-na-na-na-na-na-no. Hey, 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 Bobby McGee, Lord. All right. Thank you all for joining me for a little music this afternoon. Have a great rest of your day, and I hope that I will see some of you in person very soon. And that's it for me today. Take care.